Do you want your personal brand to stand out, but you're not sure how to do this digitally? Here are some great examples of what you should include in your personal branded website and how you can stand out and make it easy for other people to find you, whether that's clients, whether that's media, whether that's speaking opportunities. So let's have a look at some examples. First of all, I'm going to take you to my website. And the reason I'm going to do that is I want to share with you some key things that we've included here to help you. So first of all, as a personal brand strategist, I want you to know that I'm a personal brand strategist. So you want to have a really clear value proposition when you come to a website, especially a personal branded one. Here are some other examples of personal branded websites. Anna was a client of ours, a certified psychologist helping clients overcome chronic pain, trauma, anxiety, and crippling self-doubt. We also had Oku, a diversity and inclusion strategist, accomplished author and experienced business coach. So you want it to be super clear when you come in. Now, one of the things that all these websites have got in common is really clear imagery, high quality imagery. And if you're looking to build yourself as a speaker, then you also want to have high quality video. You need to invest in someone to capture this rather than just on your phone. If you want to be positioned as someone in luxury, or you want to be positioned as someone who charges for what they're worth as well. So authentic branding, yes, in your imagery, but also in your design assets. So my personal brand is a little bit vibrant in the sense of I've got yellow. It was the color of my book, DC the Lemon. I love black and white imagery, but I also want it to come to life. This is part of who I am. I'd like to think the vibrancy also is not just translated in the color, but it comes across in, who I am as a person as well. The same when it comes to, if we're looking at John's, really clean branding, really minimalistic, and that very much sums up, everything that he's about in his message. It's quality, it's to the point, it's clear, it's sophisticated, and this is very much about who he is as a brand as well. I also want you to think about clear call to action. So if we're talking about clear call to action, your guide to strategic success and partnership, learn more. If we go back to my website, you want to have something here that you can get people to join your mailing list. So does your personal brand stand out? Find out in less than 60 seconds. Take the quiz here. So you want to have really clear, visible call to action. I think Kirsten has one on her website and I was on it there. Ready to level up. Conquer your career with my insider tips. So that's getting them into your system so that they can learn more, and everyone's ready to buy your product or service now, but it's also a clear way of how someone can potentially work with you. I think there also needs to be a definition of your origin story, or a little bit about, what you're all about, why, who you are, what made you go from this to this. I talk about it on my podcast. Dr. Kirsten talks about her journey. She spent years in the operating room as a cardiac surgeon, where every decision was life or death. You start to learn a little bit more about what she does. In my website, I talk about my origin story, where I came from, learn more, what my mission is. My mission is to inspire a minimum of 5 people a day, how you can connect with me, and the journey that I've been on. So I think that's really important as well. One of the biggest things that I see go wrong is people don't have their social media links connected, or maybe it's there but they don't realize that they've been disconnected. I think that's a really important point of making sure that you go in and do a bit of an audit on your website. Are you still happy with this each month? Do the links still work? You don't want to be missing out on any opportunities. You want to make sure that the email address works. You want to make sure that if people want to find out how they can work with you, are the links working for a call? Do they go to the page? Can they work with you easily? You want to make life as easy as possible. So I think some of the key aspects that you need to be looking for on a header of a personal branded website is the homepage, the about section. If you're positioning yourself as a speaker, absolutely. Media is huge. If you've been building your profile, this is a great place for credibility when it comes to industry magazines that you've been in, podcasts that you've been on. You want to showcase this here because the links will all help with SEO. You might want to include a blog page. With John, we actually included FAQs, questions that you're asked all the time. He can actually direct people to his website to actually learn more, and they're all here. Does that help? One other thing I think before we wrap up is I think you should be looking at including testimonials. So what do I mean by that is someone that's actually used your services. One of the links that we do is we connect the LinkedIn to our testimonials, so you can see if you've commented on LinkedIn or left us a testimonial there, then that goes back to our website. So they're genuine people rather than sometimes people might think that they're made up. No, we want to have authenticity within your personal branded website. We want it to be personal. So the big piece in that is, should your website be in first person or third person? I believe if it's a personal branded website, it should be from first person. Nice to meet you. I'm Kelly. If you enjoyed this or you got some really valuable tips, give it a thumbs up. Anything else that you think should be added, let me know in the comments below. Until the next episode, bye for now.